hula hooping is all about control, learning how to control a certain part of your body in a certain way. Today, for waist hooping while walking forwards, backwards, in a circle, and the opposite way, we're going to focus on the lower half of our body, which consists of the waist, the movement and the push of the hips and the waist, and the push of the back foot. A prerequisite, or basically a move you have to know before you do this move, is how to hula hoop while standing side to side, so you know how to control, as well as hula hooping with your left foot forward and your right foot forward, because when you walk, you're using both. So I'm going to paint a picture for you to begin with for the walking forward. Imagine you were on a straight line, so your body is now on a straight line. Suddenly you take a step forward with your right foot. Your body is no longer on the straight line, but it's on a diagonal. Why? Because when you take a step forward, your body and your hips are making that. And how does your body go from point A to point B? Your back foot is pushing you forward. It's a chain effect or reaction. So how does your hoop go from point A to point B? Your foot's not going to do anything with the hoop to make it move. What's going to make it move and act as a foot for the hoop is actually your waist, or this part of you. Your hip, your waist. So when you take a step forward, you're going to push. And this is going to be the foot for the hoop to move from point A to point B. So every time it rolls across your front, you're going to want to step forward and hit it. And take the other foot and step forward and hit it. So when you were waist hooping, you learned how to go from left, step back, and then step with your right foot. But instead of stepping in place when you want to switch, you're going to want to step, and when you feel it roll across your front again, instead of going back, you're going to step with your right foot. And every time you step, you're going to hit it. Hit it. So for back pushing, it's the same concept. Imagine you were on a straight line again. Suddenly you take a step back with your right foot. You are no longer on a straight line. Your body is at a diagonal, just as your hips were. So every single time you feel it roll across your back, step back and kind of push back. And push back. So push back and push back. It's a lot of control, but you'll eventually, if you practice, you'll be able to know how to switch, so you can walk forward and push forward, as well as push back. And I realized I was out of frame there. For hula hooping in a circle, it depends which way you hula hoop to. So if you hula hoop to the right, your plant foot is going to be your right foot, and the foot that is going to move is your left foot. If you hula hoop to the left, your plant foot is going to be your left foot, and the hula hoop, or your foot that's going to move, is your right foot. What you're going to do is you're going to not move your plant foot, but you're going to slowly move your back foot, your foot that is allowed to move. So take a step and slowly turn. Take a step and slowly turn. And keep it up until you go in a full circle. If you hula hoop and you need time to kind of get the rhythm, that's fine. Just remember to eventually train yourself and challenge yourself to go a little bit faster. So eventually you'll be able to do this, and eventually you'll also be able to pick the plant foot up and walk in a circle. So step, step, step. For walking, so you can do this. For walking on the opposite direction, it's a little bit harder. Just remember, it's really all about control. So if you are hooping to the right and you want to go to the left, just learn it's about control. So push, push, push forward. It's not going to be as easy as other stuff in this video, but just remember to push and move. The more you push, the more control you have. If we're going to the left and you want to go to the right, again, push, 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 push. If you're hula hooping and you want to walk in the opposite direction, you really are going to have to push a lot more than if you were to just going with the hoop. And that is hula hooping or walking forward, backward, hula hooping in your hoop direction and hula hooping in the opposite direction.